The Trump administration unleashed a wave of tariffs, primarily targeting China, Mexico, and Canada. These tariffs, essentially taxes on imported goods, were intended to protect American industries and address trade imbalances. The tariffs targeted a broad range of products, including steel, aluminum, electronics, and automobiles. Industries that relied heavily on imported materials, such as automotive and technology, faced significant increases in production costs. The tariffs disrupted established supply chains and created uncertainty in the global market. Some domestic industries, like steel and aluminum production, experienced a resurgence, benefiting from the protection afforded by the tariffs. However, other sectors, particularly those reliant on imported components, faced challenges in maintaining competitiveness. The tariffs triggered a series of retaliatory measures from targeted countries, further complicating the global trade landscape. Economists continue to assess the full impact on employment, trade balances, and overall economic growth. The tariffs undoubtedly left their mark on the global economy, highlighting the interconnectedness of international trade. The tariffs imposed by the Trump administration had a direct impact on American consumers. The increased costs faced by businesses were often passed down to consumers in the form of higher prices for everyday goods. Clothing, electronics, and automobiles all became more expensive. Even groceries, including fresh produce, were affected as supply chains were disrupted. The increase in prices for essential goods eroded consumer purchasing power. This, in turn, had the potential to slow economic growth. The administration argued that the tariffs were necessary to protect American jobs and industries. However, the burden of these measures fell heavily on consumers. The tariffs sparked a debate about the true cost of protectionist trade policies. The tariffs served as a reminder that even in a globalized economy, government policies can have a significant impact on the daily lives of ordinary citizens. The tariffs imposed by the Trump administration reverberated throughout the global economy. China, the European Union, Mexico, and Canada all responded with retaliatory tariffs of their own, targeting key American exports such as agricultural products and manufactured goods. American farmers, in particular, felt the brunt of the retaliatory tariffs. China, a major importer of American soybeans and other agricultural products, sought alternative suppliers, leading to a decline in demand and falling prices for American farmers. The tariffs highlighted the interconnectedness of the global economy and the risks associated with protectionist trade policies. The trade war initiated by the Trump administration threatened to undermine the rules-based trading system that had fostered decades of economic growth and prosperity. Businesses were forced to reevaluate their sourcing strategies, seeking alternative suppliers or considering moving production to mitigate the impact of tariffs. The tariffs served as a stark reminder of the complex and interconnected nature of the global economy. The Trump administration's use of tariffs represented a significant shift in U.S. trade policy. The tariffs were a departure from the long-standing commitment to free trade and globalization that had characterized American economic policy for decades. The administration argued that this shift was necessary to protect American jobs and industries from unfair trade practices. The tariffs did lead to some reshoring of manufacturing to the United States. While some sectors, such as steel and aluminum production, experienced job growth, others, particularly those reliant on imported components, faced challenges. The tariffs also contributed to rising prices for consumers, which could dampen economic growth and offset any job gains. The administration used the threat of tariffs as leverage in negotiations with Mexico and Canada, leading to the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, which replaced the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA. However, the tariffs also strained relations with China, leading to a protracted trade war. Economists are divided on whether the tariffs will ultimately benefit or harm the U.S. economy in the long run. Only time will tell whether this gamble will pay off or whether it will lead to further economic uncertainty and instability.